Hey, Jimmy.
Hi, Bob. Good to see you again. It's been a long time, right?
Yes, it's been what? 8 years, maybe?
Yeah.
About that, yeah.
How you been?
I've been good. How have you been?
You know, in a state of flux.
Yeah? Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah, haven't
things
heard that
changing.
word for a long time.
Yeah, things are changing a lot. You know, the internet has changed everything. You know,
sure has.
especially with the high speed stuff. You know, there's I don't know, but there's no real CD business anymore. You know, so I've been producing my own records, and then we actually even stopped pressing them.
Really?
Yeah, we just have them for download.
And that's it. So physically, the CD.
There's sometimes like the last one we pressed just a few to sell on gigs. You know, like a few you could sell them at concerts. You know, because people you could sign it and stuff like that.
Right.
But on the internet, I just sell them for like $10.
Really?
Yeah, just to download.
Okay.
You know, and people are gonna pass them around anyway.
Well, I know you were a Concord recording artist at one time.
Yeah, for maybe 8-9 years.
And then you left them to go independent?
I left them because, well, they were growing, getting bigger, and going more mainstream, more commercialized music.
Okay.
You know, and
not
then I got
so much jazz? Or?
Not so much. Just like, big names like Chick Corea and stuff like that. You know,
still jazz, but
still jazz,
really
but
cream
most
of
of
the
their
crop.
things went to like they did. Ray Charles, in fact, got they got a Grammy for that right after he died.
Okay.
So they were going more in that direction, and Bill Bay made me a nice offer, and I did the solo guitar record for him
Through Mel Bay.
Through Mel Bay Records, yeah.
Okay.
And then he he started making live DVDs, and they do better, and I wound up doing 2 of them for him, and then I still have to record, so I just do it by myself. It's just easier, The last 2 is Maplewood Avenue and Jimmy Bruno solo. And we have a free one. I have an online school called Jimmy Bruno Guitar Institute.
Okay.
If you go to jimmybruno.com, you'll see it. And I have one there that I did for free. We just gave it away.
A lesson.
To the members. Not
a
a lesson.
lesson
No,
or
a CD.
a concert? A CD?
A whole CD.
A
A
whole
live
CD.
CD.
Okay.
Yeah. So we just gave that away to the members, and we're thinking about maybe selling it, or it's just easier to make a new one. Like a new band now with Mike DeMonte on drums and Bill Schilling on organ. Okay. And so we're going to record sometime this year and do something with that. And the Institute's doing real well. It's a member-driven site. People pay $60 for 3 months. There's a whole course there, and it's done with video exchanges.
I know you're very well received in Europe as well. And
right.
Are you selling quite a bit through Europe?
Well, yeah, we have members, a lot of members from Europe, Mexico. We even got a guy from Bangladesh. Believe
Really?
it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's been with the site for almost a long time, maybe a year.
Well, it just seems to me though that jazz is more well received in Europe. Is that true? Do you find that?
If you're an American.
If you're an American.
Yeah.
Not a European playing jazz.
No,
really?
it's worse than here.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that? Because it's their own?
I don't know. Maybe they don't think that their guys are any good.
Okay.
Maybe they think that we're better because it's American music. It's that doesn't make it better. I mean, I've when I go there, I play with really fine musicians. My last trip there, played in Pescara, in Italy. Had an Italian band. Played with another guitar player, Giuseppe Cantanenza.
Okay, I've heard of him.
Yeah, and great bass player, great drummer. They play just as good as the American guys. The musicians, the European musicians, seem to know more about jazz than maybe we do.
I think it's a culture.
Yeah, they seem to research it a little more. The musicians, and the audience too. They know all about like Bill Evans and who he played with and stuff. I mean, I know Scott LaFaro played with Bill Evans and Eddie Gomez, but they can tell you when and all that. They're really it's culture. They appreciate it more. Especially like an American that goes over there. Any American jazz musician, any instrument, they're better received. But
Do you find yourself more on the road these days as opposed to?
Not presently. Before the Institute got going, I was doing a lot. And I really, once I get to where I'm going, I have a great time. It's getting there. It's the airlines, and they're all the same. It's getting worse and worse to bring a guitar on. You have to get private insurance. They'll give you $1,500 tops, it's a crapshoot whether you're going to get it onto the plane or not. And as soon as you start talking to somebody about like, hey, this is my instrument, this is what I do, and security, I mean, they don't want nothing. Yeah, especially when you're on the plane and you start telling somebody, now wait a minute, this fits.
Yeah.
And you get the wrong person that doesn't want to hear about it.
Yeah.
Security.
Sure.
They don't want anything. I have a new project with Alex Bartlett that we're gonna try and film entire concerts at different venues, not jazz clubs, just
Really?
any place with space.
But jazz.
Jazz, yeah,
Okay.
and do concerts like that. And then we're trying. We did a test of it, and it came out pretty good. And it's on YouTube. If you Google Jimmy Bruno, you'll see it. And this way, I'm thinking this is maybe, a way around the traveling thing. The internet also, allowed me to teach online. So I mean, I can teach 2,000 people,
Right.
or
But
more.
I get the impression you'd rather be playing, though. You're really more of a player, right?
Yeah, I would like to play more, so that's why we're doing this, But I like the teaching thing because, it's funny reactions to it, One guy sent me an email and said, boy, this is better than a private lesson, And he says, he used to take private lessons with me, but I stopped teaching privately. And so he said to me, well, I used to come over your house and I get an hour lesson, you write some stuff down, you show me something where I ask you a question like that. He says, and then I go home, I forget, and then I won't be able to see you again for 2 more weeks. He says, this way, it's online, the lessons are online, it's 24/7.
Right,
So he says it's better,
I think one of the best ways to learn is to actually sit down and watch somebody like you and listen to you. I really do. That's how I
and
like
be
to
able
learn.
to ask questions,
Yeah, let's go to you playing with your trio right now. Okay, Jim?
Yeah.